Hola. Hello, friends. Happy Tuesday. I am coming live, as usual, for my Tuesday night live. I missed last week. I had some stuff going on with one of my kiddos. Hey, Christy. All right, hold on one second. I forgot to shut my door all the way, and I don't want my kids' noise to get in the way. Quick second. Okay, there we go. Back. Hey, Alicia. So, yes, I was going to pull a card just to get in the mood of the group and to see what we all want to know. Hey, Kaz. And then I will pull individual cards for people that want readings after that. So tonight I'm using my Osho Zen Tarot deck cards that I've had for, longer than my children. My oldest one just turned 22, so they go way back. But okay, let's see what I pulled for the group message. And this is for the people that are on here with me now, and anybody that comes on here and watches this in the future. Even though you don't get a card, you may not get a card pulled if you're live, these messages can still apply to you. So listen to them. If they resonate, great. But this is a group one that's being pulled for those of us that are here, but also for people that are intending to watch this in the future. So this card is possibilities. Such a beautiful scene. Oh my gosh, I love the sunsets. If you are on my Facebook, you know that I love the sunsets. I'm all about a sunset, and I really feel like sunsets and sunrises, but I'm not up as often for those, or not out and about. Those can be very meaningful too. So I'm going to look this up and read you a little bit. Let's see. It's number 2 of the Suit of Fire. And then I will give you a little bit of my own interpretation and my own reading that goes along with it. Yeah, tonight's was beautiful. I saw parts of it. Last night's was just, the sky was like pink and orange. It was so pretty. It never comes out as good in pictures. If you ever try to take a picture of it, it comes out beautifully, but it's nothing like the real thing. Okay. So for possibilities, the eagle has an overview of all the possibilities contained in the landscape below. As he flies freely, naturally, effortlessly through the sky, he is really in his domain, very grand and self-contained. This card indicates that you are at a point where the world of possibilities is open to you. That sounds good. Because you have grown more loving towards yourself, more self-contained. You can work easily with others. Because you are relaxed and at ease, you can recognize the possibilities as they present themselves, sometimes even before others can see them. Because you are in tune with your own nature, and the understanding that exists is providing you with exactly what you need. Enjoy the flight. And celebrate all the varied wonders of the landscape spread before you. So, there we go. Look at all those colors. That's so beautiful. So, yep. Well, I'm happy to be in here with you beautiful souls, because clearly we are self-contained. which is helping us. I feel like that's saying that we're grounded, we know ourselves, and that we're in tune with our intuition. So when things do arise in our surroundings or our life, then we are more open to seeing them and than others might be. So yay for us, right? So who in here would like a card tonight for a reading? I would love to know. And hello, Denise. Welcome, welcome. While I'm waiting to see who wants a card, because I don't think anybody has said. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pull one for me. I actually meant to do it before I came on here, but I ran out of time, so I didn't. But oh, lovely. I got the burden. So in this card, you can see that there's a poor fellow at the bottom that's carrying this very flamboyant, interesting character. And then on top of that, there's what is that? A rooster? Some sort of bird. So let's see what this one is. I feel like I already kind of know what it's about. That's what happens when you pull a card for yourself. But let's look at, I'm actually not going to read the whole thing. There's a certain part that I like to read to these. Let's see, so this one is the Suit of Clouds. So that's number 6, page 128. So the burden. If life these days feels like it's a struggle from the cradle to the grave, it could be time for you to shrug your shoulders and see what it feels like to walk without the characters on your back. Remember, there are these people, this poor guy at the bottom's carrying these characters on his back. Lost in place. You have your own mountains to conquer, your own dreams to fulfill, but you will never have the energy to pursue them until you release yourself from all the expectations you've gathered from others, but now think are your own. Chances are they exist only in your own mind. But that doesn't mean that they can't weigh you down. It's time to lighten up and send them on their way. Yes. So those can be expectations we put on ourselves. I mean, those can also be limiting beliefs. Those can be all those shoulds. You know, there's all those, oh, I should do this, I should do that. No, throw those shoulds out the window. We actually are meant to live and be free and not be held down by these like thoughts and things weighing on us. We need to live in the present. Okay, I'm talking to myself right now, but if anyone else needs to hear this, come on, let's take this in. But yeah, we need to live in the present. We're not worry about the past because it's gone. If something comes up with the past, we'll send it some love. We'll forgive ourselves, forgive the other people, let it go. And the future, if you're going to worry about the future, it's not going to help you with your future. It's only going to make you miserable in the now. So we need to just let go of that stuff on our back, which I know what mine is. And you may too. And enjoy the present. So I'm here with you guys, so I'm going to enjoy these readings with you. Okay, so Alicia wants a reading. Kaz wants a reading. Denise wants a reading. All right, let's get to it. Let's put that one back in. So, what are you guys up to? How's your week going? Give me a little insight into where everybody's at. I had a very productive day. I got a lot done. You know, those like things that you've been meaning to do. I got some of those things done. Plus, I actually did a childcare training tonight too, right before this. That's why I'm coming on a little bit later tonight. Okay, Kaz. Yeah, I'll pull you a card. You can read it when your power's back up. Okay. Let's go to Alicia. Okay, Alicia says things are going fairly well. Just some minor speed bumps. Awesome. Yeah. There's always those speed bumps, right? Ooh, okay. So, Alicia, I pulled this card for you. This card is maturity. And I love this card. It's so beautiful. The circle with all the different colors. And then that being in the middle that's like flowers, like they're blooming. Like they're in that point in their life where everything's blooming. Can I say big shit? So big shit's going on, Nikki? You want a reading? Let me know. Yeah, well, big shit. I guess that's good. That's better than no shit. Being bored, right? You don't want to get bored. You need a little challenge in your life. Okay, so maturity. So as I'm looking this one up, this is the rainbow. The suit of rainbows. And it is page 74. The year I was born. That's a good number. I like that number. So just talking about this card a little bit before I read about it, I feel like this card means that you're in a place right now in your life where things are coming to fruition. Like you've been putting in what you need to put in for your life, your whole life probably, but especially recently, you know, and now's the place where things are starting to flourish and things are starting to bloom. You're in that maturity, that sweet spot of your life. Okay. 74. It's not the right one. What am I doing? You know what? I read the one, it said flowering, and there's flowers on that one. So I just totally read that wrong. I read that. Oh, I see. It's the Ace of Rainbows. Sorry. See, this one doesn't have a number in it. So it's confusing me on where to find it. So for some reason, I wanted to look at 74, but we're looking at 158 for maturity. I love these messages. These are so good. So I feel like you're reaping the rewards. And okay. So, okay. I'm going to just hold it up here so you can see it. The figure stands alone, silent yet alert. The inner being is filled with flowers that carry the quality of springtime, regeneration, wherever he goes. I really think it looks like a she, so I don't know why it says he. I guess because this is an old book and they always say he. In the old books, right? The inner flowering and the wholeness that he feels affords the possibilities of unlimited movement. He can move in any direction, within or without. It makes no difference, as his joy and his maturity cannot be diminished by externals. He has come to the time of centeredness and expansiveness. The white glow around the figure is his protection of his light. All of life's experiences have brought him to this time of perfection. See, I told you. When you draw this card, know well that this moment carries a gift for hard work well done. Your base is solid now, and successful and good fortune are yours, for they are the outcome of what you've already been experienced within. So you're getting to that wonderful place in your life where you're centered, things are your hard work's paying off. Let's just put it that way. And so the things that are going on inside, you're going to start to see flourishing out into your life as well. These positive experiences. So, yay, that's a good one. Okay, so who was next? Who wants a reading? I think it was Denise. Oh, it's doing that weird thing again. I just keep seeing Alicia. And I already did hers. Okay, so Sherry would love a card. I think Denise wanted a card. Oh my gosh. Denise, yes. Okay, let's do Denise. Karen wanted a card as well. And now Sherry. Okay, so this one's for Denise. Sharing. This is a beautiful one too. All right, I'm going to look at it for a second before I look it up and read you what it says. She looks very royal in that picture with the flowing, well, it's like a cape, but then I don't know what that is underneath. A dress or something? Like a really comfy kimono? What we got going on in there? But it looks really flowy. She looks royal. She has like some stuff in her hair. Beautiful necklace. She's got all that fruit and a candle and the flowers in the background. So I'm feeling in this card, Denise, this is telling you to, right now in your life is a time where things are plentiful, and it's reminding you to share yourself, your gifts, your love with those around you and others. Okay. And I will read you what it says in here. And then if I have any more other interpretations, I'll let you know. When you draw this card, hold it up here so we can see it. It suggests that you too are in a situation where you have an opportunity to share your love, your joy, and your laughter. And in sharing, you find that you feel even more full. There's no need to go anywhere or to make any special effort. You find that you can enjoy sensuality without possessiveness or attachment, can give birth to a child or to a new project with an equal sense of creativity fulfilled. Everything around you seems to be coming together now. Enjoy, ground yourself in it, and let the abundance in and around you overflow. Yes, this card does feel very abundant. So this is beautiful. It sounds like you need to, maybe you need to birth a little project. Or it says a child, but I'm leaning towards the project here. You let me know what you think. But yeah, it's telling you to share. It wants you to share your love, yourself, your creativity. That's beautiful. Let me know if these are resonating with you guys. I usually say that and I forgot for Alicia. And now Denise. And then we're going to do a quick card for Kaz and Sherry. If anyone else is on here that wants a card, just say it down in the comments and I'll see it. Okay, this one's for Kaz. All right. This card, nothingness. That's an easy one to see. It's just black. And actually, it says nothingness, but it really says no thingness. So no thingness. I love how they do that play on words, right? All right, this is one of the major arcana. So let's see what we got for this one. So when I feel into this one for Kaz, by the way, before I even get into the message, I'm really feeling like this is your time of to just enjoy and sit in, like, not needing anything. Enjoying just being, basically. It's sort of like a little rest, but you're just being. All right, so let's go into... All right, so this one for no thingness or nothingness, depending on how you want to read it. Being in the gap can be disorienting and even scary. Nothing to hold on to, no sense of direction, not even a hint of what choices and possibilities might lie ahead. But it's just the state of pure potential that exists before the universe was created. All you can do now is to relax into the no-thingness or the nothingness. Fall into the silence in between words. Watch this gap between the outgoing and the incoming breath. Treasure each empty moment of experience. Something sacred is about to be born. Yeah, so I was getting what it just described. I was getting that feeling for you, Kaz, about this card. It's basically that pure potential in between like when nothing's happening. Like they said, in between a breath, in between words. But it's just when you kind of sit there at that point of right before something's gonna come to be. Something, I'm feeling something amazing for you. But isn't it all amazing when it comes down to it? I mean, the growth, the learning. I challenge you guys to have those eyes of awe and just enjoy it all, because that's what we're here to do. We're not here to be suffering and disappointed and worried and upset when that shit comes up, like Nikki was saying. It's there. It's there to show you something, my friend. So I'm sure you handled it the way you handled it, and you did great, and we keep going, and we learn from each little nugget that comes in. So that was for Karen, Kaz, my friend Karen. Let's see. So then we were getting down to, okay, Dr. Stephanie wants one, but Sherry is first, and then Stephanie. Okay, so this one's for Sherry, and then we'll get Stephanie next. Okay. So this one is for Sherry. So this one looks a little daunting, but it's gonna help you. It's a good message. So don't let it fool you with the picture. So this one's called exhaustion. We've all been there. All have done that. So this fellow, I just want to look at it for a second. He looks tired. It looks like he's like inside of a bunch of machinery. And I almost feel like I see a robot face up there. And then he's just like, oh. All right. So I'm feeling like this one, while I'm looking it up, Sherry, the message to you is going to be to go in and give yourself some self-love, do some things for yourself. It's sounding like maybe there's some stuff going on that you need to let go of, or let's look it up though. I'm feeling some self-love needs to be, it's a good time for that, for you to just chillax, let all the crap go. Okay. Okay, so the message of this card is not just about being a workaholic. It's all about the way in which we set up safe but unnatural routines for ourselves. And by doing so, keep the chaotic and spontaneous away from our doors. Life isn't a business to be managed. It's a mystery to be lived. It's time to tear up the time card, break out of the factory, and take a little trip into uncharted waters. Your work can flow more smoothly from a relaxed state of mind. Definitely. So when I read that, I'm really getting the sense of, it's going back to those shoulds we were talking about earlier. We have all these ideas of we need to do this, we should do this, we should do that. But sometimes we just need to go in and take some breaths, take some deep breaths, take a bath, go for a walk, make yourself some veggies and some fruit, something that's going to just give your body the nutrients and the love that it needs so that you can feel your best. Drink water, lots of water. Feeling self-care needs to be happening here. And then, you know, if you can spend some time, 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes just doing nothing and meditating in the morning, that's going to help you a lot too. And then just try to let things flow more than dealing with all those shoulds. I mean, obviously we have stuff that we have to do. You know, we have to pay the bills. We have to do certain things. But you also need to work in some time where it's not so rigid, where you can do your work in more of a flow state, where you're just in the present going through boom, 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 and doing the things that you want to do and doing the things that you need to do and doing the things that will help take care of yourself so you can be more open and in a good place rather than that feeling overwhelmed and like, oh my gosh, I have so much to do. And, you know, we put all these things on ourselves that we're not meant to. It's not going to help you do any better to put so much pressure on yourself. And so, yeah, try to shed some of that, give yourself some self-love, and then let things go for more of a flow state. Okay, Stephanie says that Arturo would like a card too. Okay, absolutely. We can do that. So let me know if that helps you, if that resonates with you, Sherry. It's some time for some self-care, some self-love, and for you to just try to enjoy the moment. Enjoy. And that doesn't mean you don't get anything done, but we have a lot of beliefs and thoughts a lot of times about how things are, how things need to be. And sometimes we just have to let go of those and be like, I'm going to get done what I get done and everything's going to work out because all these thoughts are not going to help me. All right. You are welcome, Sherry. Okay. So now we're going into for Stephanie. Pulling a card for Stephanie. If I forget anybody, you guys need to type it down in there again. I'm pretty sure that I'm following the list, but sometimes I miss things, so put it in again. All right. Ooh. Stephanie, you got the Rebel. It's another one of the major arcana. All right, let me look into it for a minute. There's so much good stuff in here. So I'm really being drawn to this chain down here that looks like it has been broken in several places, or it's just not connected. It's like, we're a rebel. We're gonna do this our own way, not getting stuck in any certain way. And then the bird flying. I'm feeling like the freedom card. I'm feeling freedom here. Okay, let's read about it. That one is the Rebel. What number? Number 4. Okay. I'll hold the card up while I read it because it's a cool looking card. The powerful and authoritative figure in this card is clearly the master of his own destiny. On his shoulders is an emblem of the sun, and the torch he holds in his right hand symbolizes the light of his own hard-won truth. Whether he is wealthy or poor, the rebel is really an emperor because he has broken the chains of society's repressive conditioning and opinions. He has formed himself by embracing all the colors of the rainbow, emerging from the darkness and the formless roots of his unconscious past, and growing wings to fly into the sky. His very way of being is rebellious, not because he's fighting against anyone or anything, but because he has discovered his own nature and is determined to live in accordance with it. The eagle is his spirit animal, a messenger between the earth and the sky. The rebel changes us, or I'm sorry, read that wrong. The rebel challenges us to be courageous enough to take responsibility for who we are and live our truth. That's a good one. So, this is reminding you to be authentic, live in your own truth, and you already know your own nature. You've learned the things that you need to know to help you basically live in your own truth. So it's just reminding you or giving you the challenge to go out and do that. Let me know if that resonates with you. Oh, the eagle is your spirit animal. Okay. So that one does ring true. I was feeling a lot of freedom in that card. Freedom to be who you are. And this one is for Arturo. And he got courage. So I love this one too. This is about the seed that fell in between the rocks, and then it wasn't easy, but it managed to grow out and become this beautiful flower. This one is also part of the Major Arcana. Let's see what it says for courage. What message do we have for Arturo? All right, that's 8. All right. So I'll hold this card up again so you guys can watch it while I do it. Okay. This card shows a small wildflower that has met the challenge of the rocks and the stones in its path to merge into the light of day. Surrounded by an aura of bright golden light, it exposes the majesty of its tiny self, unashamed. It is equal to the brightest sun. When you are faced with a very difficult situation, we have a choice. We can either be resentful and try to find someone or something to blame for the hardships, or we can face the challenge and grow. The flower shows us the way. As its passion for life leads it out of the darkness and into the light. There is no point in fighting against the challenges of life or trying to avoid or deny them. They are there. And if the seed is to become the flower, we must go through them. Be courageous enough to grow into the flower you are meant to be. That is really powerful. So I feel like I talked about that a little bit earlier with life is definitely full of challenges, as we all know. And it's really easy to be like, oh, that guy cut me off, and this person did this, and that happened, and this happened, and blame other people and get mad. But, you know, when someone cuts me off now, I'm like, there was a reason for that. I may not know what it is yet, but it was meant to happen that way. So here we go. This is my challenge to live. And I try to look at everything in a view of, it's exciting, it's new, what can I learn from this? How am I going to grow from this? Because that's actually the challenges in our life. We're meant to actually move through them in such a way that you can grow and, you know, become this beautiful being. And a lot of times the things we learn, somebody else is coming along behind us that we're pulling along up into the light with us because we've already been through it, whatever it is. So if something's happening to you, it's probably happening for you to learn so that you can then help somebody else. So I'm feeling with this card that you're meant to rise to the challenge and get through any situations that are coming into your life that might be challenging you, and try to take it with, what can I grow? What can I learn from this? And you're going to come out the other end. You're going to feel better. You're going to be brighter, you know, and you're going to be able to help other people around you as well if you do that. So there you go. You are welcome, Stephanie and Arturo. Bloomin' yogi style. I love it. Awesome. All right. Well, if anyone else is on here and wants a reading, let me know. I'm going to pick one more card for the group while we're waiting. See if anybody else pops in. If not, this will be the final card. But let's see what our group energy is bringing up and wants us to see. Oh my gosh. The Master. This one. This is the card. Every time I get this card, I'm like, yay. All right. This one has such a good message. And you will see why in a moment. All right, I'll hold it up so you can look at it while I read it. I love the colors in it. It's very like, reminds me of the Northern Lights a little bit. The Master in Zen is not the master over others, but the master of himself. His very gestures and his every word reflect his enlightened state. He has no goals, no desires that anything should be other than the way it is. His disciples gather around him, not to follow him, but to soak up the presence and be inspired by his example. In his eyes, they find their own truth reflected, and in his silence, they fall more easily into the silence of their own being. The master welcomes the disciples not because he wants to lead them, but because he has so much to share. Together, they create an energy field that supports each other's unique individual, that supports each unique individual in finding his or her own light. If you can find such a master, you are blessed. If you cannot, keep on searching, learn from the teachers and the would-be masters, and move on. Charvati, said Gautam Buddha, keep on moving. I love that card. Yeah, that's a good one. I feel like if we can just be and live in the now and not try to change anything, just accept everything as it is, we're all going to be happier. We're going to get through this. We're going to get through everything that comes to us. We will. So why suffer while we're doing it, right? It's an adventure. Oh, you're so welcome, Stephanie. Thanks for coming on here. If anybody else wants a reading, a card, wants me to pull them a card, let me know. Hey, Krista. How are you tonight? Let me know if you want a card. That last card was a group card, waiting to see if anybody else is going to pop on, and then a few people popped on. Okay, Christy. Van Valley. Connor says me, so she wants a card. All right, so let me grab you one. Anybody else want one, just say below. Good night, Alicia. You're so welcome. Okay, and Krista wants a card next. Okay, gotcha, Krista. All right, this one is for Christy. Okay. This card is one of the ones that confuses me. It's the mind. And again, this card, I don't like it when I see it, but it has a good message. Hold on. Just give me a minute to read it for you. It's a good thing. You'll see. It's going to help you. So the mind. Oh, this one's so good. And I have never looked at this card so closely, but something was drawing me to what's on the head. They almost look like candles, but do you know what those are? They're actually like little brick chimneys. They're chimneys. They're like letting all the steam out of the head. All the hot air, all the smoke. Yeah. We can get caught in our heads. Okay, let me find the page for you so I can read you more about this. But this is a good thing. I promise you. Just give me a minute to read to you about it and read it for you. So this is clouds. It's not on that one, so it must be over here. Okay, yeah, found it. Found it. I'm feeling like there's some self-care in your future, Christy. All right, here we go. I'll hold it up so you guys can look at it. This is what happens when you forget that the mind is meant to be a servant and start to allow it to run our lives. The head is filled with mechanisms, the mouth is ranting and raving, and the whole surrounding atmosphere is getting polluted by the factories of arguments and opinions. But wait, you say, the mind is what makes us human. It's the source of all progress, all great truths. If you believe that, try to experiment. Go into a room, shut the door, turn on a tape recorder, and give yourself total permission to say whatever's on your mind. If you really allow it to all come out without any censorship or editing, you'll be amazed at the amount of rubbish that comes spewing forth. The Page of Clouds is telling you that somebody somewhere is stuck in a head trip. So take a look and make sure it isn't you. So yes, this is talking about getting caught in it goes back to the shoulds again. We got a lot of shoulds going on in our heads, and a lot of limiting beliefs and things that we think we have to do and we should do. And if you're not clearing your mind, if you're not tapped into your peaceful place and living in flow from that, then, and you're just following the mind, the things that we've learned someplace in life that aren't really serving us anymore. They're just making us suffer. We're upset. We're worried. We're overwhelmed. All those things, we need to just let them come off. I got the burden card in the beginning, by the way, and sometimes you just have to let that stuff go and be like, I need to take care of myself. I need to do something for myself. I need to drink some more water. I need to go for a walk. I need whatever your things are. I need to take a bath. I need to do something nice for myself. Let me go get my nails done. I don't know what your thing is. I'm just throwing some things out there. You know what your thing is, but do some things that you enjoy and try to let go of that other stuff, because it's just causing suffering if we hold on to those things that are keeping us in our mind in that loop of, oh, it's his fault, it's her fault, and this happened and that happened, and that's just perpetuating the cycle of being in suffering. And we don't want you in suffering. And I know most people don't want to be in suffering, but we get there. I mean, it'll happen to me at certain days too. I mean, stuff piles on and you're like, ah, and there you are. But when you get to those stressful places, we need to just try to take some deep breaths. And if you can, maybe spend 5 to 10 minutes in the morning meditating, journaling, doing some gratitude. Journaling is always good. Coming up with things that you love, that you appreciate, that are in your life. I appreciate that the sun came up. I appreciate there's always something, the sun's going to keep coming up. I appreciate that I got to take my warm shower and relax. There's always things. And if you can come from that place and let go of all that stuff in the mind that we don't need anymore that's causing suffering, you're going to feel so much better. So yes, self-care, that, and doing some fun things. That's what you need. That was for Christy. And then I think we have Krista was next. Anybody else want a reading that hasn't gotten one yet? Let me know. I hope that helps you, Christy. You're welcome. All right. This one's for Krista. Okay, so Krista got understanding. This one's a pretty card. Sort of. So it's like this one bird that's sort of stuck behind the cage, and all those other birds are out there flying away. Let's see. I'm feeling some freedom for you. We need to break out of these bars. All right, so that one is understanding. Let me find it and read it for you. Give you a reading. it's all right, understanding. Are you guys drinking enough water? It's one of my goals. It is a beautiful card. Okay, so I'll hold it up while I read it so you can look at it. The bird pictured on this card is looking out from what seems to be a cage. There is no door, and actually the bars are disappearing. The bars are an illusion, and this small bird is being summoned by the grace and freedom and encouragement of the others. It is spreading its wings, ready to take flight for the first time. The dawn of a new understanding. That the cage has always been open and the sky has always been there for us to explore. This can make us feel a little shaky at first. It's fine and natural to be shaky, but don't let it overshadow the opportunity to experience the highest heartedness and adventure on offer. I was confused by that heartedness word. It's hearted, E-D, N-E-S-S, heartedness, okay? Okay, so let me reread that part. Let it overshadow the but don't let it overshadow the opportunity to experience the, oh my gosh, the lightheartedness. On the line above it says lighthearted. Okay, that's why. Let me just read the whole sentence again. The dawn of a new understanding. This is a run-on sentence, by the way, whoever wrote this. The dawn of a new understanding that the cage has always been open and the sky has always been there for us to explore can make us feel a little shaky at first. It's fine and normal to be shaky, but don't let it overshadow the opportunity to experience the lightheartedness and adventure on offer. Right there alongside the shakiness. Move with the sweetness and gentleness of time. Feel the fluttering within, spreading your wings, and be free. So yes, this card is reminding you of there's been something going on probably in your thoughts and your thinking that's been holding you back, which it's all an illusion. Our thoughts, we are free. You are free, okay? You get to let go of any of those thoughts that aren't serving you anymore and go out and enjoy the lightheartedness and go have some fun. Go enjoy. So yeah, there's adventures that await you. So that's exciting. I hope that resonates with you. You are so welcome. All right. Is there somebody else on here that wants a reading, or else I am going to say goodbye? I will do another one. I think there might be somebody on here, but maybe not. Maybe they left. Yeah, I think they did. I don't know. I'll give it a minute. So thank you so much for coming on here. This was really fun. I always enjoy doing these with you. I haven't done this deck with you guys. I usually do my Starseed deck, but I was feeling called to do, this is the Osho Zen Terra deck, which I've had for a long time. many, many years. Probably like I said, they're older than my kids. The cards are older than my kids. And the oldest one's 22, so. All right, I'm not, why isn't it going down to the bottom of the comments? Let's see what happens. All right, Debbie wants a card. Awesome. Okay, let me grab you one. Ooh, you got participation. This is a really cool one. It's not focusing very well. But this one, these are arms, different color arms coming in. And then there's like hands. And they're all in this beautiful shape here. It's almost like they're all adding their own different colors to it. And they're all coming together. All right, let's read what it says about participation. So that one is fire and it's 4. So let's get the right page for it. And I'll hold it up so you can look at it while I read it. Each figure in this mandala, how do you say that? Mandala or mandala? I always thought it was mandala, and then I've heard people say like mandala. I've heard them say it different ways. It's interesting. Okay. Each figure in this mandala holds the right hand up in an attitude of receiving and the left hand down in the attitude of giving. The whole circle creates a tremendous energy field that takes on the shape of the double dorje, the Tibetan symbol for the thunderbolt. The mandala has a quality like that of an energy field that forms around a Buddha, where all the individuals taking part in the circle make a unique contribution to create a unified vital whole. It's like a flower whose wholeness is even more beautiful than the sum of its parts, at the same time enhancing the beauty of each other's petal. You have an opportunity to participate with others now and make your contribution to creating something greater and more beautiful than each of you could manage alone. Your participation will not only nourish you, but will also contribute something precious to the whole. That's beautiful. So yes, it's time for you to give and get, contribute, make something more beautiful than what we can do alone. I love that. I hope that resonates with you, Debbie, and what's going on with you in your life now. All right. Thank you guys so much. You are welcome. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate all of you that come on here with me on Tuesday nights, and I'm so glad you jumped in, Debbie. And good to see you. All right. I will see you guys again next Tuesday. Have an awesome rest of your week. Bye, guys.